Speed is the ROI. It is the differentiator in sports and in business. Speed is what matters, and continuity and having people stay in a place for a long time leads to speed, but even more importantly,
basically, like, you helped me deploy massive self-awareness.
So in the 2 minutes here, because that stuff you can kind of tell me on Twitter, what do you need? Like, what's on your mind? Like, what do you think? Like, what are you trying to make happen?
Honestly, I've been trying to think about that, and I don't know. You just
want to win?
I just want to win.
So good. Honestly, that's a good answer. That's why I just asked you that. You don't need to cripple yourself. Here's what I would tell you: surround yourself with good people as much as possible. That will work itself out, right? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Exactly. And when I say good people, I don't mean people that have been successful necessarily. I mean people that are like
people that'll drive me.
Yeah, and just like to the right thing. You need to make sure that all those people think that you're coming from a place of bringing value and patience, not trying to network in, because that's the fine line that that's what we always debate with things like this. This is what Ross thinks about, this is what Gilbert thinks about. Is this kid trying to just get in? Or is this kid trying to provide value and knows in 13 years that will be beneficial to him? You need to convince the market, these A players, that it's the latter. How are you? I'm pissed.
Just know I watch your videos all
Thank
the
you,
time.
man.
You're the most super influential person to me right now.
Thank you, man. What's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan, thank you.
I was wondering if I could get a picture with you?
Sure, of course.
Yeah, I did not expect this to happen this morning. That's crazy.
No worries. My man,
right.
Thank you for the kind words. Good luck to you.
Have a good day.
Thank you, man.
This what I work for, never settle for less, always want more. Started straight from the bottom, went to the top floor.
Hey, dude. Such a pleasure. How are you?
Good.
Thank you, man. What's your name?
Dominic.
Dominic.
Yeah.
Real pleasure, bro.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where are you from?
I'm from from Chicago, but I moved here.
You live here.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm a marketer and a developer right now. Working with Facebook ads, APIs, doing some cool stuff.
Very cool, man.
So,
you gonna check out the talk?
I am, yeah. I actually sent you an email last night. I didn't get a ticket, but I'm gonna get in here anyway. So.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll get you in.
Message him and
I'll ask. Is it possible to help my friend get a seat in the conference?
Yeah, sure.
Just figure it out.
Is he registered?
I don't think so.
Let's give him a badge.
Cool.
Very.
We're gonna get you back.
And 10 times better, I heard how your sound is. Need to take that bullshit back the way you found it. Lost from the start, they was finished. I diminish any rapper, period. Fuck a sentence. Hit it with a rocket.
I want to start podcasting and blogging. Do you have any advice? Just do it.
You know my advice. You know my advice. You just gotta start. I know you know it. Everybody knows my advice. And I get what, listen, I need it too in different areas. You just need.
Scared.
There's just nothing to be scared of. It's all about who judges who, right?
I guess you understand because I'm an international student, so you
I know.
understand the whole transition that I had to go through is just hard.
Of course, it's super hard, but it's binary, right?
3 years.
But it's binary.
It's binary.
Either you do it or you don't. To me, what I do with my content is try to eliminate the fear, because the fear is the only thing that's holding me back. The question is, from who? From your parents, from your contemporaries, from a random person with an anonymous account that leaves a comment.
I just don't know
the question's always who?
about, honestly.
Your truth. You're experiencing something millions of people do, which is, this is why I created Document versus Create. Speak about being a international student. Speak about Bangladesh. Speak about Michigan. Speak about hacking, being a volunteer here for this moment. Speak about shit.
This is it, man.
Speak about shit.
I love you, man. You've changed my life.
How long do I have? Is there's up there, it says it? Thank you. Good morning. I stand up here as somebody that's obsessed with HR, obsessed with people, look at it as a financial offense, because I believe in retention and continuity, which then is a gateway to speed, which is then an advantage when you compete against any other business. It is the differentiator in sports and in business. Speed is what matters, and continuity and having people stay in a place for a long time leads to speed. But even more importantly, the thing that leads to speed and execution is when our employees don't have to sit at their desk and think about politics and dumb shit and actually think about the work. And the reality is, all of this, appreciate it, because that's the punchline, right? I'll take that clap, thank you, bro. It's just true, it's staggering how much percentage of every single employee in the world right this second is thinking about how to navigate through the political matrix versus getting the actual work done. You know, we give presents on everybody's yearly anniversary. When you give somebody a present that's a fishing lure versus a $25 Amazon gift card, you actually are speaking to giving a versus checking the box. I'll leave with this. It is flabbergasting to me that all of your companies in a capitalistic environment are putting people in a box. I know more about my organization, thank you. I know more about my organization because of unlimited vacation policy and safety and culture, because it's how I get an indicator at a macro, because when you give people unlimited rope, you actually figure out who they are versus what all of you are dealing with, which is people are navigating through the system you've created and you actually have no real feel for who they are. Thank you.
You were amazing. Thank you so much, really.
What are like the top 3 traits that you look for in a person outside of skills?
Empathy. I'm obsessed with empathy. Empathy drives everything. If you actually understand the other person more, or what they're up to, or why they're driven, or what their background is, so I'm obsessed with empathy. Gratitude. You know, I'm fascinated by gratitude. Like, if you're actually grateful, you're in a happy place. Like, your filter is happy, and I think if you are happy, you're imposing that on other people. I think it's an incredibly important leadership skill. It's tough to help other people if you're not in a good place, right? Yeah. And then probably humility, right? So I think the way we are winning at Vayner when we win is just, do you have the capability of being the bigger man or woman in every situation?
Gary, 2 things. 1, I've got to get a obligatory selfie. And 2, do you want me to introduce you by GaryVee or Gary Vaynerchuk?
Oh, whatever you want.
What do you prefer, man?
Either is super fine.
Okay.
I'm
all for brevity.
You know what's
so
funny? You know what's funny?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? That's just another example. Like, what matters and what doesn't, right? The thought of like, which version of that, like the content we talk about is what matters, right?
Cool. Hey man,
the amount of time people are like, Gary Vaynerchuk, I'm like, people love people really have always, like in school, like it's funny that we in America like add that like kind of Nordic, and like it feels natural to make it Vander.
It's okay now. It's okay now.
I've always been fascinated by that.
We have large brands that are in serious pain, you know, trying to figure out, you know, what is our culture? How do we create, you know, messaging? It gets complex. You start getting more than 500 employees. And that's
for sure. For sure.
Drinking that Kool-Aid.
For sure. But the reality is, I don't have any empathy for these leaders that come to me and say, I'm struggling with this, when every decision out of her or his mind is predicated on hitting numbers for Wall Street in a 90-day window. Like, stop talking out of both sides of your mouth. You actually don't care about culture, which is, by the way, great. You don't. But don't bullshit me because we're having that conversation right now. Forget about what any of us say. Show me what people are doing. There is absolutely zero luck involved in the Steelers, Patriots, Giants. Like, this is organizational from the top, from ownership. Because you know what I say at Vayner that's super important? Everything's my fault. Because it's true. If the chief blank stinks, I hired chief blank. So from quarterback to GM to defensive coordinator to the training staff to HR, which I think is going to end up being a competitive advantage, we're going to win because I'm going to be the owner, and the quality of the people is going to be extraordinary. And if I make the wrong choice, which I will, especially in the beginning because I don't know what the I'm doing, I will be quick to own those mistakes and change them out. Thank you guys for having me. I don't need my inbox. My inbox is gonna be 419 if you told me I feel good about it. Yeah. So it's more that you read it all, and there's no, right? Yep. That's the game. So it's kind of like, instead of like do my inbox, go to 0, then do yours and do logistics, it's read my inbox. And I noticed you've made that switch a little bit, right?
And then get you to a place where like you're about to get on the flight.
Yeah, being strategic about when you clean it, right? Yep. You didn't need to do it yesterday at all. But now, midday, got to sleep, you know? Yep. Red eye, who cares, I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna do it anyway. Nuances. It's all about nuances.
And then chill.
It's just such little things. It's the little things that matter, which don't matter at all. Nothing matters. While in parallel, the little things. I mean, that's just what it is. It's just, that's it, you know? Next 24 hours, stickers. iMessage stickers, baby. GaryVee iMessage stickers. So pumped that stickers are coming. iMessage, iOS stickers. Dropping in the next 24 hours. Get your GaryVee stickers. We're stickers, D-Rock.
Love stickers.
Not sure what kind of episode this is going to be for D-Rock. Obviously, very early. I gave a keynote, obviously around HR, something I'm passionate about here in San Francisco. And now it's this is an early flight for us. Usually we take it a little later, so headed. But I love the fact that I'm going to be able to crush email for 4.5, 5 hours. And you know, some of these days are just not super sexy, right? Like some of you who are cynical characters, which I feel bad for, because that's a defensive mechanism, ask me like, what do you do, GaryVee? Like, it seems like you just go and talk and are in meetings all day. For all you youngsters that are razzing me with that, that's what winners do. You architect. Like, I used to carry boxes and things of that nature, but some of the stuff that's mundane, and D-Rock will try to remind me to take a selfie, is I'm gonna answer 800 people's email right now. Answers. Architect here. You know, what is the conductor? What is this called? The orchestra? Yeah, the conductor. Like, what the fuck's the conductor do, Charles? This is kid Charles. Like, what do you do, Gary? Charles, the conductor. He waves fingers around, right? That guy's playing the violin. But she's the conductor. So while you're still in the trenches trying to figure your shit out, once you understand what the is really going on, now, sometimes the conductor's gotta play the violin. I'm gonna go play the violin for 5.5 hours and answer very mundane, deep, very contextual, very simple dog shit things that I have to do to get shit done too. So that's what we do, you know? Winners play up here and down here. Obviously, like, me answering emails and all that stuff is not necessarily, you know, the most compelling, but the fact that I don't have a laptop anymore is a weird thing, right? Because I would film myself doing email for you, but the problem is I don't have a laptop. I do everything on my phone. Can't do both right now, tech-wise. D-Rock gets yelled at when he comes to first class. Though he's gotten fancy, he might get upgraded to first class. And so we'll see if that happens. Then he can film me, Charles, and you can see me doing my email. Now I'm gonna turn into my favorite superhero, Airport Gary. He goes from normal entrepreneur Hey Charles, here's a little sweatshirt for you, friend.